when I started, I was young. I was like 4, so I don't think I had a whole lot of choice in the matter, And remember, my grandmother had bought me a drum kit.
Okay.
Much to the chagrin of my parents. Not very excited about that. But I really didn't start. I started playing violin when I was, I guess, 5, and I played violin all through school. There were always guitars around my house, but I didn't start with guitar until later. I think mainly because I was intimidated by it had 6 strings instead of 4, and it was so large. The neck was so long, and I was used to it short. And I had a lot to do with just the small. I couldn't imagine, and then also the playing chords, and that just intimidated me.
Okay.
So it wasn't until I was, I guess, about 12 that I picked up guitar. But at the age of 5, I wasn't really inspired by musicians yet, There wasn't anybody. It wasn't until I was about 7 or 8 years old that I started to hear the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and, bands that were popular then were, Thin Lizzy, bands like Styx and Foreigner and things like that, Foghat, Humber, Aerosmith was huge, Kiss was huge. Those were big bands for me. When I was, 7, 8 years old, Kiss and Queen was a huge band. And then I started getting into, I inherited my aunt's record collection because she became very religious.
Okay.
And found Jesus, and then decided to give away her record collection to me because she didn't want to listen to. Really developed a passion for listening to music and searching albums out and wanting to listen to albums. I think I have very mixed taste. As far as what I listen to is very eclectic.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. The music on my phone or on my computer is so varied and I've always liked many different types of music. I was never listening to just one type of music. So for me to be a session musician, to be able to play on many different types of albums, on different sessions, including film scores and TV commercials.
Yes.
It was great because, and it was very exciting for me because you learn so much about the different genres and playing with different bands.
You have to adjust. So.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that challenge and trying to emulate different classic. Well, I was doing a lot of sessions in New York, and I was playing on a lot of different movie scores and a lot of, especially TV commercials and TV music. So then I started being asked if I would be interested in composing, and so I started doing that, and then I started my own company and opened a studio, and then I was doing that all the time, and doing a lot of TV stuff, a lot of ads, a lot of film music and video games, and as well as still playing sessions on doing people's records, But that's how I got into it, and it came very naturally because I was. I do a lot of stuff for Activision. I think I like doing video games because it's a lot. Working with video game companies is much easier than working with Hollywood directors because they love everything. It's like they have budgets, but they let you do what you do, and they're not. so many movie directors have a very specific idea of what they want the music, or what they think they want the music to be, and it's so much more uptight. There's so much more tension. It's very high pressure. And then there's so many people involved that want to throw in their opinion. It's much harder than if the video games, they're like, and it's a lot more free. That's what I liked about doing video games. It's not something I consciously do. It's, I switch back and forth all the time. I think it's just, there's something really expressive about playing with your fingers. Just your finger on the string is just so direct, and it takes out. I don't know. It's more expressive to me. It feels more personal.
Okay.
And because there's so many different sounds you can get with your fingers, as opposed to a pick. It's, I've been in the band, 14, 15 years, and it's now, when we were preparing for this tour, we knew how important this was going to be, as far as historically. This was a big deal, and we knew we had to make it as perfect as we possibly could, and we really put a lot of time into rehearsing, and more than we'd ever done before for this tour, because we knew how important it was. So it was there's an air of importance of, we knew it had to be great. We knew the world was watching, and it's been amazing. It's been so great. It's been really fantastic. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I never thought it would be as crazy as it's been, as far as the reception, the fans. It's been really overwhelming. And it's such an honor to be a part of this, to be... And, Axel's very loyal. And very, he really is very generous, and he likes to have, his people that have his back. He wants to feel like within the band, it's great. It's better than it's ever been since I've been in the band. And some of my best friends have been in this band, Tommy and, Dizzy and Robin. Those are really close friends of mine. So it's but now the vibe is better than ever.
That's great.
Everybody gets along great. I was actually on tour in Europe, and got a call asking if I would come, from Tommy, asking if I would come and audition. And so I think I had 3 days off in the middle of the tour. So I finished at Albert Hall, had a car waiting, got off stage, went straight to the airport, flew to LA. Excuse me. I went straight to the audition, played with everybody. Axel came down, hung out, played, and then I hung out with him, listened to music, and then talked, and then went back to the airport. And funny thing happened when I had gone to LAX to the airport, and was sitting at the airport waiting for my plane, and a guy came up to me and he said, "Excuse me, sir." And he said, "Are you who I think you are?" And I said, "Probably not." And he said, "You're not Izzy Stradlin?" And I said, It was the weird because nobody had ever said that to me before. Ever.
It's incredible.
Nobody had ever said that to me. And this guy right then came up, and I thought, where's the hidden
This is
camera?
the sign.
Like this is just too weird. Those crazy coincidences follow this band.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember one of the first shows that I played with the band was in Osaka, Japan.
Yeah.
And it was outside an outdoor, stadium, and it was full. People were just crazy. And I remember we're playing the show, and then we get to November Rain, and all of a sudden it started pouring. Like the skies opened, and it just started pouring rain on November Rain. And I looked at Tommy, looked at me, and we were both like.
Well, first
It felt like a joke. It felt like somebody was pouring buckets of water. Greetings, Honky Tonk fans. This is Richard Fortus, and I play with a band called Guns N' Roses. And this is Honky Tonk, the brand of rock.